Olá, pessoal do Brasil. Nós estamos aqui com um convidado muito especial. Ele é o editor da revista Jane Austen's Regency World, Tim Bullamore. We would like to say that you are welcome here in Brazil. And
Thank you.
Can we start with the questions?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The first one is, did you have contact with Jane Austen before the magazine?
Yes, like most people, I'd read Jane Austen's books as a child, and I'd read them as I was growing up. And living in Bath, where I am, you can't escape from Jane Austen. Everywhere you go, she walked on these streets. My house was here 100 years old when she walked past. Maybe she visited friends in this house. I don't know. All around you, we have the reminders of Jane Austen, of that era. During the festival, there are people dressed in Regency costume. We have the Jane Austen Centre. So, yes, I was always aware of Jane Austen and had contact with her spirit and her ghost before I bought the magazine 3 years ago.
Okay. So, it's a very historical city, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you can we see Jane Austen everywhere in Bath?
We can feel her. We can feel her presence. I don't know we can see her, but in the centre of Bath, a lot of these buildings were new when she was here. A lot of building work was happening in her time. And these buildings, the Crescent, the Circus, the assembly rooms where she would dance, they were all being built at that time, and she would have been very familiar with a lot of these places.
Here in Brazil, isn't common to see men talking about Jane Austen. Do you think it's something local, or is the same around the world?
It's the same around the world, but I think there's a lot for men in Jane Austen. She wrote about men as much as she did about women, and she had just as interesting insights into their minds and thoughts, I think. And I think a lot of men would benefit from reading and understanding Jane Austen more than they do at the moment. I think Jane Austen has something to say to everybody, all sexes and genders. But it's true, at the moment, Jane Austen is more popular to women than she is to men. Maybe in the same way that we tell or look at stories from a different angle or from a different perspective, somebody needs to write or rewrite a Jane Austen novel seen through the eyes of Mr. Darcy or Mr. Wickham. And that maybe men would then understand the novels a bit better. I don't know.
Now, can you tell us, what do you think about Jane's popularity these days?
It's wonderful. It can't get it can only get better. It's so important that more and more people understand about her and get to understand not just the basic narrative of the story, but what she was trying to say, what she was digging down at, what was coming from her heart. And I think the more people that read her and understand her, the better. The more people buy magazines. It's good.
Okay. Now, can you tell us which one is your favorite book and why?
Oh, yes. Pride and Prejudice. Because that Colin Firth adaptation with Mr. Darcy coming out of the lake with a wet T-shirt made lots of people interested in Jane Austen, which meant lots of people went to buy my magazine.
Now, can you tell us what are your plans for the magazine?
The magazine, and this is the current issue, is going from strength to strength. More people are buying it, more people are reading it, more people are advertising it. So my plans for the magazine are to do even more of that, to get it to even more countries and to more Janeites. I'd like to make it cheaper in price if I can, but keep the quality and the content. I'd like to make it essential reading for anyone who has an interest in Jane Austen, so that they have to get it and read it every 2 months. I'd like to maybe make it monthly, maybe make more issues, and always entertain and inform our readers. And there's so much we can do with the magazine. There's so much to write about from that era, not just Jane Austen's life, but about the films, the adaptations, about things in Regency times, about the Georgians. I think the magazine has got such great potential. I'm very excited by it.
I'm sorry, but you have to finish. And my last question is, do you want to send a message for Brazilians?
Yes, I'd like to say to Brazilian Janeites, keep reading Jane Austen, keep looking at the characters, keep looking for new things in the stories. There's always something new to find, always something new to discover, and enjoy. The point about Jane Austen is to enjoy as much as to learn. And I just wish you all a very good conference this weekend in Brazil. Thank you.
Okay, Tim. Thank you very much. I
Sure.
hope our next meeting, national meeting, you can visit us. Okay, you are welcome
Hope
here.
so. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.